Hi everybody, it's Jim Downs here from the REIN Group. It's our first video update for the year of 2010, and what a year I think it's going to be. Before I get on to 2010, let's reflect back on what's happened in 2009, just to let you know. It was the first year since 2003 that price has actually increased. We had about a 1% increase per month from Easter of last year, and it turned out to be a very good year. I think it shocked a lot of people. We had the press and everybody that you spoke to was doom and gloom. I think in Easter of last year we were slipping into recession according to all of the papers, and the sky was falling. Chicken Littles were running about with great glee, all the doomsayers. But it turned out to be different, as it always does. And always remember, negative press sells paper. That's what they were trying to do. So I got slammed in the paper. Many of you rang in with your support, and I thank you for that. Last year, predicting that the year would be a boom. And I was called all sorts of names and put in the paper as a result, but it turned out that my predictions were actually true. So just remember that. A quick update on interest rates. I suggest that we still stay variable. We're still at historically low figures. We're moving up slightly this year. I'd suggest we'd be looking at about a 0.5 to 1.5% rise from where we are now, but still don't panic. For us as investors, we will be covered off easily by rents. The rent boom has already started, and some of the old grey hairs in the audience watching will remember prices first. Once we get a real estate price in the rental increases going up dramatically as they are, you'll soon see prices follow. So I would continue in 2010 as being a very much increase in prices, so hold if at all possible. With your own home, continue the debt reduction that we all talk about all the time. Remember, debt reduction is the key. Spend less than you earn and whack it into either debt reduction or investments. Remember, the fundamentals are all in place. We've got still incredibly low building rates. We've got incredibly high immigration. So what that means is more people are coming into Sydney than are being catered for in building. We have an undersupply of property, which is causing firstly the rental crisis that we will have this year. We're predicting rents will go up about 10 to 12%, which is very good for all of us that are in the market. So all these fundamentals are in place for price rises to happen, even with the interest rates going up and the phasing out of the first homeowners grant, which really hasn't blipped the market at all, as again the economists and the doomsayers were predicting that the market would crash after that. It was one of the things that stimulated the market, but not the whole situation. So we're going to continue these on a monthly basis, or even earlier if I have something to say, which some of you who know me well know that I always generally have something to say. But the other reason for this video update was the Darwin release, which about 50 to 60 of you have already put in an expression of interest for. It's a brand new building that we're releasing up in Darwin on the 20th of January. And it's in Wood Street. No, not many of you have been to Darwin, but it's 2 blocks from the CBD. It overlooks the old port and the Fisherman's Wharf, which is all being beautifully renovated. I was up there recently, and there's wave pools and palm trees. It's just looking wonderful how they've renovated an old port and the fishing wharf as well. The building's going to be about 28 stories, residential zoning, which I want. Now, all of you that are watching this that came to Pandanus with me, where we got the guaranteed rents off the mantra, we're not going to do that this time. I've decided that the rental market up there is so strong, I'm going to stick with residential tenants. We're doing 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms. The prices will start from about $350 for a 1 and go up to $1 million for a 3. The meet in the middle at about $450 to about $700 is the market that we're after, or even a bit less than $700. I'd be looking at about the $450 to about $650, because that's the rental market that will get our pretty close to positive cash flow after tax. It completes in 2010, and I've told them the fit out I want. The developers asked me about fit out. I want it's pretty standard fit out, so that we can rent them out without too much trouble of getting scratches everywhere. I'm sure you've all been reading in the paper, as I have, about Darwin's performance and Sydney's performance. over the last decade. Darwin is the standout performer in Australia. A lot of people, again, the doomsayers, are saying, oh well, it's all over. If you know Darwin and you go up there and you spend the time to do your homework, as we have, you'll find that Darwin has at least a decade of growth left in it. With the construction that's burned up there. They don't talk in millions up there, they talk in billions of dollars of investment going in infrastructure, ports, city renovation, the whole thing, shopping centres. It's just mind-boggling what's going on up there. I wish Sydney was following its lead. So just in finishing, that one's on the 20th of January. Phone the office for details of that on 9230 1600. That's 9230 1600. Come in on the night. We can only reserve the properties on the night, and then as we'll go through the process of getting up to settlement in 212. So this is the first of our updates. I look forward to talking to you all again on a very regular basis, and I know that we're all going to have a really good 210. Thanks very much.